Hey yo, what's up? So right now I'm gonna be running the Isle of Illusion here, tier 4. I'm still far from tier 5, so I'm gonna stick to tier 4 right now, and I still have one weekly reward that I can claim, and so that's kind of what I'm gonna be doing right now. And this week it is Molgras and Murdoch, and it's basically the same bosses that we had 2 weeks ago. And so I'm kind of disappointed about that. I was expecting either new bosses or maybe like some sort of new combination or whatever. So I don't know. I'm gonna be running this, and one thing to note here is that in my last runs, I was running only T1 gear, but this time I'm gonna be running with T2 gear because I started transferring T1 gear into my T2 gear, and so right now I have my T2 wand, I have my T2 cape, I have this ring, and also have this belt here, and so that brings me about just a little bit over 5100 CP, and so that's kind of what it is. Let's just go right in and do this. Alright, so for the first stage, I usually like to play with my AoE build, which is some sort of open world AoE build that I use. And now I'm gonna take the HP globe. There it is. Okay, so here I just pull everything here. And the idea is to pack all the mobs. Okay. Start the AoE. Kind of have to be careful because sometimes you can get feared, and there's also the rats that can be annoying. Just make sure to destroy the orbs. All physical damage. Okay, so in my case it's magic, so I don't really mind. That's a block. Block. Is there an orb? Yes. Taking some mana here. Alright. Next pack of mob. Let me stack on this shaman here because it's kind of a range. Oh, okay, so I pulled more for some reason. I don't know what happened, but I guess I'm fine. Okay, here we go. Any orb? I guess not. Inner piece. Okay, there are 3 mobs left. Let me pull this one. This one is a shaman, so I kind of want him to come here. AoE down. Block. Kenny orb. I guess I'm done then. Okay, so this is the boss. So here I usually go for my single target build. I still have to wait for my cooldown though, so okay. I'm gonna take the movement speed because here with this boss you kind of have to move a lot with the totems and stuff. So if you're uncomfortable, you can go with the HP if you actually need to. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch for my single target build. Alright, so here we go. So here you kind of have to make a line with the totems here because the boss he drops totems on you, and so you kind of have to make a line with the totems. Okay, that's a block. So here I'm staying in line with the totems here. That's a jump. Okay. Okay, he's coming on me. So now you want to make sure that the ray hits all the totems because that's going to destroy them. Okay, big damage here. It's kind of stunned. Here, don't pop any big abilities because he has damage reduced while he's casting this. So I'm just waiting a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to pop some inner focus. I'm going to go behind this totem right here. Alright. Totem. That's fine, that's a block. It's another totem. That's a jump. Nice. Okay, he's coming on me now. So again, you put the ray in the totems. There we go. Big damage here. So here he has damage reduced, so don't pop anything big. Probably the... okay, here we can go with big damage here again. Aligning myself with this totem now. Okay. And so at 50%, one thing that you have to know is that he's gonna start summoning red totems, and so he says like one more. And when he does that, you have to go on the side. So that's a jump. Okay, I kind of messed up here, I guess. Okay, 46%. Okay, that's a dodge. Nice. Big damage here. Okay, so here I'm gonna take some mana while he has the damage reduced. Okay, here we go, big damage again. So from now on, I should get the one more totem, the red totem that I'm talking about. Okay, where is he? Okay, I'm gonna stay aligned with the totems here. Okay, one more. When he says one more, just go on the side because this red totem deals some damage. Okay, this is good, and you do the same thing with the normal totems. Big damage. Alright, so here he has damage reduced, so just wait a little bit. Okay, popping big damage here. Oh, I kind of messed up the totem. Okay, I'm gonna align like this then. I forgot that he was summoning a totem. Okay. Yeah, the one more. Jump. Okay. So he's pouring on me. So now I'm aligned with all these totems, so now he's gonna destroy all of them. There you go. Okay, 3% left. Here he has damage reduced, so I'm just gonna wait. Alright, finish off the boss. 2%, 1%. Alright, here we go. So the next phase is the river thing. So it's not very complicated. You just have to make sure that you hook at the right places and to avoid the bushes or the roots. All these roots, you avoid them. Okay, that's a hook. That's a hook. Oh, that's a hook, okay. And water pump. That's a hook. That's a hook. Hook. Alright, so I'm gonna save a little bit of stamina here, I guess. Water pump here. Yep. I took some falling damage here, that was weird. So here, yep. What the hell was that? You see, that's the kind of desync that I don't like in this game. I don't know what's causing that, but it's so weird. It happens very often. Okay, water pump. Hooking up. Hook. Hook again. Okay, hook. This game, bro. The desync again. Hook. Okay, hook. Glide. Okay, water pump. Okay, here we go. Should be here. God damn, I'm stuck. Okay, so there it is. That was the stage with the river. So now that brings us to the final boss. And the final boss is kind of easy. And you can take any orb really, and so the movement speed can be useful if you want to avoid like the charges. The health it can be useful too. The stamina can also be valuable if you want to do the dodges correctly. And so any orb is kind of cool, so I'm just gonna go with the movement speed, I guess. Alright. Alright, so the damage here. Here I'm kind of annoyed by this attack because I can't block it, I can't dodge it or anything. That's a block. That's a jump. Okay. Alright. Block. Can't dodge that one. It's a block. Okay, what's happening now? That's a jump. Dodge. I'm fine. Okay, that was a dodge. If you're able to heal on this boss, I think it's pretty easy. Might need some mana soon. Okay, I didn't see any block. That was weird. Okay, those the cages. That's it. I was jumping. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm fine. Can't really block that one. Dodge. Might go for some mana soon. It's a block. Okay, let me go for some mana, I guess. Block. Okay, the portals. That's a jump. Okay. Just avoid those. That's fine. Like, it doesn't do that much damage. I guess if you mess up a lot of times, then that can be violent. But the thing is that I'm able to heal, so block. Okay, he's almost done. %. There we go. Tier 4 cleared. Now I can get the loot. And the higher you complete, the higher chance you have to get the weapons. So that's an important thing here. And so you should try to do the highest tier that you can. And so here, this is tier 4. Okay, so I didn't get anything, so I got the pity chest. Alright, whatever. Alright, so now let me show you my build. I'm gonna remove the camera. Okay, so this is what I'm running right now. This is my this is actually my single target. So for my I have 2 staff, so you can use either the 2 black or the Aridus. So I love using the Aridus for my single target, but for my AoE build I prefer the 2 black. But any staff, like anything that you can use is fine. And so here, this is currently my build, and I'm using the T2 wand here, using the T2 cape, the ring here, and the belt. And now I'm gonna show you my AoE build. And so those are my skills with my passives. And this is my wand specs, my staff specs. And then if you look at the masteries, it kind of looks like this. This is the wand. And so here you kind of want to not use this wand because I'm using Vampire Contract on myself, so it's important to not use this mastery here. And then this is my staff. Alright, and here I'm also going to show my artifacts right here because I think that can be kind of important. And so if you're playing DPS, I think it's important to go for the 4th set of the Chaos Harbinger, because this is giving you more crit chance and also crit damage, and so it's really good for DPS. And so here for the Lunar Stone and the Solar Stone, for the Lunar, the passive, I'm obviously using the base damage increase when the HP is under 40%, yes. And so this is really good for DPS again. And here I'm using the max health here because this is kind of like an emergency heal, I guess. If you're struggling with healing, you can use that. And one thing that I love is that uh, both of these both the solar stone and the lunar stone are coming from the ancestral armor, and so that also gives me like the 2 set max HP bonus here. So that's what kind of what I love to do here. And that's kind of my AoE build. Now let me show you my single target build. And so those are my single target builds skills for my... I mostly use this for bosses and single target. And so this is pretty general here. Okay, my passives. Then this is my wand specs. This is my staff. And then if you look at my masteries, this is the wand. And again, you don't want to use this talent here, this mastery here, because you want to use vampire contract, and that's basically how you heal yourself. And then this is the staff. And I love playing with dual caster because since it gives more projectiles. First of all, it procs more mana balls, and also it procs. Oh, I'm not playing with corrupting it right now, but it's actually a really great mastery right here, corrupting it. So usually I play with it. I don't know why I'm not playing with it right now, but this combo here, of corrupting it and dual cast is actually really good. So that's kind of my single target thing. And again, for the artifacts, it's kind of the same thing. You go for crit and crit damage and max health and basically more damage. And so that's kind of what it is. I hope that this video was helpful to you, and see you in the next one. All right, peace.